going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 24 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we got a lot to talk about. We're going to go over everything that's broken, everything that's wrong, and everything that you probably have a question on in MUT 24 right now. I got a long list of things to talk about, so let's waste no time and jump right on into it. We're going to start with Andrew Thomas, which was supposed to be a Sugar Rush champion that came out yesterday. They revealed this card over on GMM. It's going to be really good because it gets edge protector, wrong again, secure protector, I got it right the third try, secure protector for 0 AP, he's going to get linchpin for 0 AP, and a different bucket, could be the best left tackle in the game. So when the game dropped, or when the promo dropped I should say, we had a bunch of server errors, people couldn't get into solo challenges, you couldn't get into house rules, everything was kind of broken. When the game came back online, if you went and looked at item sets or even the catalog, you saw no Andrew Thomas, and it's still the same to this day. I think what happened is that this card is going to be a part 2 card, and they accidentally revealed it on GMM yesterday. So your main question, or the main question I'm getting, is will there be make rights for it? Honestly, I don't think so. I would love for them to just simply address this via tweet or something to not leave the community hanging. This is the biggest issue I have with EA all the time, and I've told people at EA this before. The communication is terrible when times like this or things like this happen. A simple tweet could solve a lot of problems. I'm not saying that people shouldn't be compensated for this issue, whether it's giving them a free Andrew Thomas or something else, but I don't think people are going to get compensated because there was never any tweet saying that it was live. There was never any in-game pictures or messaging saying that that particular card was in packs. If you went to the catalog or the sets where you can see I am now, we don't see the card. So basically it doesn't exist in the game. We've had situations where cards were in the catalog or there was a set in the game for the card, but the cards weren't actually in packs. This isn't the same. We've had promos where we gotten 4 champions before. It actually makes more sense to get 4 champions rather than 5 if you go back and look at previous promos off the top of my head. Campus Heroes, I think, was one of them that got 4. I'm sure there was many more. So will there be make rights for Andrew Thomas? My guess is probably not. I do not believe that the daily tracker or daily objectives are counting correctly still, so this has been a known issue. I've seen a lot of comments in the YouTube videos about this, that people are getting stuck on a certain day on the daily tracker no matter how many times they complete their dailies. Now there was an issue also where you weren't getting your strategy item and your daily quick sell for the day. That appears to be fixed, and also the week 4 objectives seem to be fixed for everybody as well now. These were just added in about an hour ago, so you do have the opportunity to get XP, but I think regarding dailies and the Season 5 Field Pass, the one thing that still seems to be broken, and let me know if I'm wrong, let me know if it's working for you now, but the daily tracker still seems to be broken for some people, if not everybody. With the Sugar Rush Field Pass specifically, we also have daily objectives that are going to give you, every time you complete them, 150 chocolates. So yesterday's was completing a touchdown with a Sugar Rush player. Today's is getting 5 tackles with a Sugar Rush player in your lineup, and we're going to get these every day. The good news is it doesn't look like the one from yesterday expired, so you don't have to do these all in 24 hours. You can do them whenever you get to them. They seem fairly easy here, but check this every day, probably about 10:30, 11 a.m. Eastern time for a new objective. I think in totality it was 2,025 chocolate that you're going to earn from day 1 to the end of it with this daily objective every day. And as far as the best ways to spend that chocolate, earlier this morning we dropped a video going over all of the ways that you can earn chocolate for free via solo challenges, via house rules, from the Sugar Rush Field Pass, and these daily objectives. So go watch that video. Again, it also covers how to spend that chocolate, all of the best packs, and the eggs to go after if you're trying to get an extravagant egg, or if you're trying to find those LTD eggs. We will link that video down below in the comments section as a pinned comment for you to go check out. One thing that I discussed in that video, and I want to kind of cover again because I made some incorrect statements about it, is the house rules. I played through basically 2 seasons, or I should say 1.5 seasons of it this morning. I'm in one right now. I was a bit wrong. So every time you get a win, you're going to get yourself 40 chocolate. So it's actually a little bit better than I thought. It's also going to work like head-to-head season. So you have the opportunity to win 5 games, and that will allow you to get into the playoffs. You don't have to win 5 in a row. You just have to win 5 games before you lose 3 games. If you lose 3 games before you win 5, you don't get in the playoffs, but you can go back right back in and play it again. So it's still unlimited, and it's actually better because you can earn more chocolate. So again, you're going to get 40 chocolate every time you win. If you win those 5 games without losing 3, you're going to get 250 chocolate. You won't get everything below that. You won't also get the 175 and the 150 and the 100. You're going to get whatever wins you land on, and it will either stop at 5 wins or stop at whatever number of wins you have once you get 3 losses. If you hit the drop down, you can see that your win is 40 chocolates and then the loss is going to be 100 coins. Now, unfortunately, because I'm not currently in the playoffs, I can't show you those values, but once you get into the playoffs, the rewards and the payouts get even better. I think it's like either 200 or 250 chocolate for winning your first playoff game. If you win the playoff game that gets you into the Super Bowl, you get an additional 500, and winning the Super Bowl, I believe, gives you 1,000, and that's on top of the per win rewards, which are higher as well. So all in all, this event is really good. You can play it as much as you want, and if you don't really care about the competitive pass, this is what I would be focusing on over the next 10 days to try to earn as much free chocolate as you possibly can. Now, with this house rules event going on, that means you're going to have to prioritize. Do you want to grind that, or do you want to play through the competitive pass? We did get new objectives today, so every Friday about 10:30, 11 a.m. Eastern time, you're going to get a new set of MUT Champs objectives, solo battles, and head-to-head seasons. By the way, I get this almost every Friday when I'm streaming in the morning. Solo battles usually go down Friday in the morning up until about noon, maybe a little bit earlier Eastern time. So if you ever log into solo battles on a Friday and they're not working, don't panic, because in the morning they don't work for basically everybody. Eventually they get reset or added back in, and you can go through and grind these objectives. The thing that we did not get new is milestones, so I'm thinking next week it's going to happen. It's usually about halfway through the field pass, and I think next week would be that halfway point. So none of these objectives are going to be completed if you're playing house rules. House rules is its own separate section. In order to get any type of progress towards milestones or head-to-head seasons, you have to be playing regular head-to-head seasons or solo battles or MUT Champs, of course. So again, you're going to have to make that decision. Do you grind the house rules event the whole way through? Do you do a little bit of both with the competitive pass? It really depends on what rewards you might be going after. Hopefully by now, most of you got that free Justin Jefferson. He's definitely worth going after. The free 96 overall pack at level 26 is really good, and there are a handful of people that are unlocking at level 38 the Zaven Collins as early as today. Now with these new objectives being in the game, this is a really, really good card as well. But you still got 34 days to grind through this pass, and aside from the 2 exclusive players and the free 96 overall player, everything else is just going to be packs that, you know, maybe you get lucky, maybe you don't. There are some good coin payouts in here, but for now, like I said, me personally, on my main account and my No Money Spent account, I'm going to be prioritizing playing through the house rules event. I want to try to earn as many chocolates as I can to open up eggs. And speaking of eggs, my transitions, my segues from topic to topic to topic are A1 right now. I think you should click that thumbs up button if you agree. Speaking of eggs, we have today, for the second day, the hidden eggs. So they were broken yesterday, but they're fixed now. Basically, if you go into the greatest MUT egg hunt, this is where you're going to get your clues on where you can find those eggs. Every day, I'm going to drop a YouTube short, but it'll probably be towards the back half of the day on where that location is. But in my normal videos like this from day to day, we'll also cover it. So if you play through these solos, every day we're going to get one for a total of 10 days. Once you beat all 10 of those solos, you're going to earn 10 milestone stars, which is going to give you 100 chocolate. That's just like the side mission. The main thing you want are these hidden eggs. So if you go into each solo each day, it gives you a hint as to where they're at. So the legendary father cracks through defenses like eggs in a skillet. We'll show you that one, but it's going to be the first Ultimate Legend Steve Smith solo. That was yesterday's hidden egg. It was broken yesterday. If you played through it and you didn't get anything, that happened to everybody. Today, when you log in, if you're logging in for the first time, that egg should pop up. It did for me. It seemed to be doing it for just about everybody. Today's second hidden egg is going to, the description says, like a prize egg guarded in the Team of the Year nest. This Jags player isn't joshing around. So it's going to be Josh Allen. It's going to be in the Team of the Year solos. So if you go over to those, and let me show you yesterday's first, Ultimate Legends, Week 1, Part 3, you're going to see Steve Smith, and you can tell, right? You see the eggs over on the right-hand side. If I go down to this one, they're not there anymore. So beating this Steve Smith solo, whether you've done it already or not, go through, play it now. you should get a mystery egg from completing this one. That's going to be from day 1. Day number 2, like we said, is going to be Josh Allen from Team of the Year, the outside linebacker, defensive end, not the quarterback. So if you go to the Winners Defense and Specialist Part 2, you're going to see the very first one is Josh Allen. Once you complete this solo, you're going to get the coins or whatever you get for beating it if you haven't already, but also you should get a hidden egg or a mystery egg. I think today's was a mystery and yesterday's was a small or a simple or whatever they call it these days, but today is going to be day number 2. This is number 2's mystery egg or hidden egg. So over the next 7 more days or 8 more days, right, we're going to continue to get these. The good news is they don't expire. So if you didn't get yesterday's, you can go through and get yesterday's. If you don't get today's, you can get it tomorrow. Same thing with the first day. And every day, like I said, we'll be updating you via video somehow, one way or another, on where that location is, but definitely get these done. If you were unaware, and this was as of yesterday, team captains can now go up to a stock 97 overall, and there should be enough tokens available to get 2 of them fully upgraded. You can see I have that here. They're both boosted up to 98 overalls with team chemistry, and I still have 1 upgrade token left. So the best players to use it on, that's really up to you and your scheme. I would have to say Kevin Mawai, Channing Crowder, and Jordan Reed are going to be the top 3. Eric Berry is really good. The problem is safety is a position where you really need to have good abilities, and none of these cards still get discounted abilities or any new ability buckets, so it's really tough to put Eric Berry out there with no type of zone knockout or even a pick artist at a discounted rate. Same thing with Rondé Barber. Kevin Mawai is kind of not, I don't want to say not usable because he's the center on my no money spent squad, but it's very beneficial to have Secure Protector or some type of good ability on your center right now in the game, and again, he just doesn't get any. So Jordan Reed to me is the clear-cut best option. Or remember, when these cards are upgraded at a 97, I think 96 and a 95, they get a ×3 chem for whatever theme team you might be rocking, considering, or if it's an NFL team. So that's another great part of it. You can stash Jordan Reed at tight end number 3, Channing Crowder at CB number 4, sorry, middle linebacker number 4, Rondé Barber can go to CB 5, Frank Gordon go to halfback 3. Really, a lot of people are just using these cards now to get that ×3 chemistry. And as far as new objectives to get XP to earn more tokens, we should be getting them this upcoming Monday. Every other Monday, they usually give us 2 new objectives that give us enough XP to get 2 more tokens. No word on if we're getting any new players from this. Maybe when Season 6 starts in a couple weeks. And speaking of team chemistries, look at that segue again. I think they added or fixed a bunch of them. The biggest one that I was seeing questions about was Derrick Henry, specifically his field pass card. Well, I am proud to announce that it looks like EA did finally add Ravens chemistry to it. Let's just double check. And yes, there it is. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like everybody was fixed because I'm checking out this free agent Devin White card. He should have 2 buckets now and be able to get double Eagles chem, being that he signed with them, and he is not updated here. Bobby Wagner doesn't have Commanders chem on here, so I can't think of any other players off the top of my head. Checked Hollywood Brown, he doesn't have Colts chem there, so it looks like maybe they only fixed Derrick Henry and not everybody else. We'll see what happens. Content technically hasn't fully updated for the day. That usually is 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. We'll likely see some new pack offers in the store, the daily coin deal, and things of that nature. So maybe they get updated at that point, but for now, I'm not seeing any other updates. And I think that covered everything that's going on in MUT right now, everything that's broken, everything that you probably had a question about. If I missed anything, let me know down below in the comments section what other questions you might have. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.